Hello, my name is Ishema Kevin and I'm in grade 11, and today I'm going to be answering some ESS questions to help students like me in this ESS course. So the first question I am dealing with is the difference between sustainable and renewable. Renewable literally means to make new again. A renewable resource is one that is naturally replenished with time, like the growth of new organisms or natural recycling of materials. Renewable energy is any energy production which uses one of these resources. Renewable resources do not have a fixed quantity. More can always be generated. However, if the rate of use exceeds the rate of renewal, that is, the source is used more than it's being recreated, its continued use will become unsustainable. Generally, renewable energy is taken to mean in any of the following: solar power, wind power, hydropower, tidal power, geothermal power, and while sustainable can also literally mean that which can be maintained for a definable period of time. Sustainable energy is energy production that can last for the foreseeable future. Sustainable energy practices must rely on resources which can continue to supply our needs. These sources must be cautiously so that they will not be used up, run out, or otherwise become unusable. Even renewable resources can become unsustainable. If a resource is used up faster than it can regenerate, it will eventually be entirely depleted despite its renewability. Conversely, a non-renewable resource can be sustainable if it's used in moderation. Again, if used without caution, these too may become depleted in a short time. Now we're moving on to another topic. This is the construction of labeled flow diagrams to show the process that links soil with the following three stages. These storages are atmosphere, living organisms, and the lithosphere. The atmosphere. The atmosphere is a blanket of gases which surrounds the Earth. It is held near the surface of the planet by the Earth's gravitational attraction. Atmosphere refers to the gases surrounding a star or planetary body held in place by the gravity provided by the sun. A body is more likely to retain an atmosphere over time if gravity is high and the temperature of the atmosphere is low. The composition of the atmosphere is about 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 0.9% argon, with water vapor, carbon dioxide, and other gases. The atmosphere of other planets have a different composition. The composition of the Sun's atmosphere consists of about 71.1% hydrogen, 37.4% helium, and 1.5% other elements. And here's a diagram to help you understand the atmosphere. So the atmosphere consists of the troposphere, and here you can see it. And this is where planes fly, and after we leave the troposphere, we can see the stratosphere, and this is where military jets can fly, and in between these two atmospheres is ozone layer, which is very popular. And after we leave the stratosphere, we can see the mesosphere, and this is where you may find some asteroids or rocky particles in space. And after we leave this area, we can see the thermosphere. And this thermosphere in this area is where you may find satellites. This is where you may find rockets such as NASA rockets. And in between these is a line called the Kármán line. And after we leave the thermosphere, we reach the exosphere. And between the exosphere, it's called the exobase. And this is where you can find other planets and other different materials. Now we move on to the lithosphere. The lithosphere, which is ancient Greek for rocky, is the Greek outermost shell of the terrestrial type planet or natural satellite that is defined by its grid mechanical properties. On Earth, it is composed of the crust and the portion of the upper mantle that behaves elastically on time scales of thousands of years or greater. The outermost shell of a rocky planet, the crust, is defined on the basis of its chemistry and mineralogy. The layer of the lithosphere can also be referred to as the asnosphere. Now here there's another image to help you understand the lithosphere. On the bottom we can see the inner core, and the inner core is basically made of solid, and when we go up we can see the outer core, which is right over here, and the outer core you can see is made of mostly liquid. And after we leave the outer core we see the mantle. This is the area, and after we leave the mantle we can start to see the crust. Now this layer of the crust, this red area right here, is also known as the asnosphere. Now on top of it you can see the lithosphere, these two areas right here. Living organisms. In biology, an organism, from the Greek word organismos, is any individual entity that embodies the properties of life, and it's a synonym for life form. Organisms are classified by taxonomy into groups such as multicellular animals, plants, and fungi, or unicellular microorganisms such as protists, bacteria, and archaea. All types of organisms are capable of reproduction, growth, and development, maintenance, and some degree of response to stimuli. Humans, squids, mushrooms, and vascular plants are examples of multicellular organisms that differentiate specialized tissue and organs during development. An organism may be either a prokaryote or a eukaryote. Prokaryotes are represented by two separate domains, bacteria and archaea. Eukaryotic organisms are characterized by the presence of a membrane-bound cell nucleus and contain additional membrane-bound compartments called organelles, such as mitochondria in animals, plants, and plastids in plants and algae, all generally considered to be derived from the endosymbiotic bacteria. Fungi, animals, and plants are examples of kingdoms of organisms within the eukaryote. Estimates on the number of Earth's current species range from 2 million to 1 trillion, of which over 1.7 trillion have been documented. More than 99% of all species, amounting to over 5 billion species that ever lived, are estimated to be extinct. In 2016, a set of 355 genes from the last universal common ancestor (LUCA) of all organisms were identified. And here we can see some examples of living organisms. Here are plants, protists, fungi such as mushrooms, bacteria, and animals. And I would like to thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped you with these questions. Thank you.